My left ear sure is gonna love this video, along with the buzz. So you get left ear only and buzz. Ain't that great? Yeah, time got away from me today, as it seems to have been getting away from me a lot. But today was just a day marked by being tired. Like even now, I'm feeling tired. I woke up tired. I went through the day tired. I didn't really get anything done. What I did get done was half-assed. Even this is half-assed. So yeah, today was just the day of suck multiplied by 20. So it's a shame. But I do got one thing going for me, and that's hey, not using that naughty stuff, and also not gouging myself to death on food. So yeah, we still got that ball rolling, but yeah, definitely a slump. I'll tell you that. It's also like the 8th of January, so I think I gotta light a fire under my ass a little bit here and start putting things into perspective and think, okay, I gotta get this stuff done, okay, at least like halfway through the year, and we're already this much through a month, and that month's 1/6 of the time we got. So you do all the math there, and like when you start thinking about it in perspective of, oh, I got months to do this, and you only got 6 of those. That's not a lot of time. So yeah, not much to say here. I mean, shit, the videos are just getting uploaded later and later and later. I just got to do it immediately. I think that's just a lesson to be learned in life. Is that if you can't be doing this crap of coming home from work and then just kind of sitting about on your phone and being like, oh, I'll do this, that, and the other thing later. I'll do this, that, and the other thing. You got to get on that ball rolling immediately, or else the slack catches up to you. I've had that big problem. I think it's also because at work I don't set myself up well at all. Because for example, I'll be at work and maybe I'll watch something. Like I watched recently when I was at work this terrible review of Call of Duty Ghost by this guy, this Canadian guy who this looks like the soy man. I mean, he's got the beard. He's got a look at this guy. He's just like he did a Call of Duty Ghost review, and Ghost is not that grand of a game at all. Yeah, folding ideas. I don't know about you guys, but just by the fact that he looks like bearded bald guy, and he's based in Alberta, and he makes video essays that are overly long. I mean, seriously, overly long. The Ghost review. Ghost is a campaign that takes like 6 hours to complete. This guy's video on it is 45 minutes long. Are you kidding me? And it's filled to the brim with just bad writing from what I'm seeing. Because that's ever since I read Strunk and White's The Elements of Style. It's blown me away in realizing that the reason we have so many long video essays nowadays online is just because nobody knows how to write a proper script. Everybody thinks that like, oh, I spit the things out on the screen, and if it sounds okay, and I don't have any spelling errors or whatever, it's done. And nobody notices because it's a video script you listen to, all right? And everybody's so accustomed to just burning through time on their phones nowadays. But at the end of the day, I mean, this guy, there's so many mistakes I'm seeing in essays nowadays. It's just ridiculous. Like, for example, compounding evidences for things that don't need evidences. Okay, if you can explain to me, like he makes a point in the video saying that there's a sequence in the game story, Call of Duty Ghost, where something very important is going on in the background, but because of how the game is structured, you don't put any attention on this thing in the background. It ends up hampering the plot later on down the line. And this is because since Call of Duty is a linear scripted shooter, it's all about just moving forward, and the player doesn't ever have to focus on the surroundings. And in fact, you're actually punished oftentimes for going off course. But instead of just saying that, the guy's to go and explain, this is a common genre trope that's been around. You go around this corner, you get nothing. You do this, you do that. You do this, and this happens. I'm like, you are, like, just explaining the thought process. Everybody knows what you're talking about already. You don't need to add compounding evidences and lists and examples to that. It's just bloating out the script and wasting my time. And you may think, oh, Dan, that's only an extra 20 or 30 seconds wasted. But that stacks up over the course of the video to the point where, like, maybe at least like a fourth of it is just wasted time. And then he also doesn't put compounding evidences on things that need it. Like, for example, when you're talking about, oh, a game is buggy and broken, you can't just point to one instance of the game soft locking. You can't do that. And that's exactly what he does. He says, "Oh, Call of Duty Ghosts is terrible technically. It's a terribly technical game because even after all these years, it's still broken because I did one mission and I soft locked when I killed the helicopter early." And I was sitting there waiting, like, okay, well, I didn't have that issue even when I played the game back on the Wii U in 2000, what, 13? I can't even remember when the game came out. But I played all the way back then on the Wii U and never had that problem. And so you got maybe he's got some other examples. Maybe like, oh, he had frame issues, he had glitch issues. Nope, that's the only example he provides. And then the rest of the review is just kind of spent basically doing very minimal bad critiques of COD Ghost, like saying, "Oh, all this the colors are desaturated," which is just not true. You can play many levels, and they have a wide range of color spectrums. It's that each level has different tone mapping and color tones to communicate the style. Like, yes, when you're going through ruins of America that's been blown up, okay, the color mapping's gonna take on this old faded look where everything's brown and kind of green. Because like once again, look at like old faded photos. Look at the opening title screen of The Last of Us, like on the OG version, is or like any version I think, and it's that faded image look. And then, but it's all just done because Folding Ideas here just wanted to make a point about how America sucks. And it's an imperialist dynasty, evil empire, and I don't disagree. I mean, we are controlled by globalists. Go view Jay Dyer's Tragedy and Hope lectures by Carol Quigley. But to like use COD Ghost to like shittily critique that so you can make your political message, it's just gay to me. The whole thing's just silly. Like he obviously was like, I want to make a video about American imperialism, and hey, Ghost is a niche, interesting topic that people will click on, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that. So anyway, that's something that bothered me. Sorry, this video's got shitty quality. I can't be bothered to go put it through my studio right now. I should be heading to bed right away.